country that you're trying to make business with and then bring people from there, that you just let me know what are your needs and I will supply to them. And I don't know how, or like, yeah, the process here on AIESEC International in that moment when I was MCP, or actually I think that it was before when I was MCP PBD, that AI started working in the pilot of answering that question. If we call ourselves as the world's largest youth leadership development organization, then what kind of leaders and how do we develop them? And thankfully, then when I got on AI, I remember like on transition, we got like, yeah, this is the leadership development model, and then this is how we do it and everything. I'm like, oh my God, it makes total sense. I wish I could have known this before in my appointments. I don't think that it would have changed anything, but at least it would have given me more clarity on how companies are developing the leaders that the world needs. And yeah, and at the end of the day, I use that speech, I don't know how to call it, but like that presentation every time that I'm having like external stakeholders. And yeah, and with that, I presented at AIESEC. How many of you were at AIESEC? Cool. So it means that half of them were you were there, half of them you were not. So we're going to do this presentation together. So, hello, my name is Anna. I'm 18 years old. I'm hoping. How much do you have for this meeting, Mr. President?
How much what?
How much time do you have for this meeting?
How much more?
Oh no, for me I can speak for 2 hours.
Then go ahead.
Oh, no, I would be respectful because my time actually is more worth than that. I'm going to be as fast as possible and let me know if you have any questions. Cool?
Right.
Okay, cool. So let's begin. AIESEC. AIESEC is an organization that began with 3 people in Europe, in Western Europe, in 1948, after World War II, in which they thought that cross-cultural understanding was the root of all the problems that caused the war. And we do not want this to happen again. And then we come up with a vision that is called peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. That's how organization was born, and this is the center of everything of what we do. Are you familiar with the Golden Circle, sir?
Yes.
Yes? Do you know who designed it?
No.
Okay, I recommend it. It's a very, very nice TED Talk. It actually has a book. It's called Simon, I forgot the name. Sign, do, whatever. And it's actually a framework that explains why we are here, how do we do it, what exactly do you need from us. And in AIESEC, we just created another circle because why not having more circles that explains who we are. So now that you understand how we began and that this is everything that we want in our lives, like global peace, and that every single human being is able to fulfill its potential, then we start moving on to the second question. Oh, that's a very nice organization and actually has like one of the biggest purposes that I've never seen. But everybody wants this. How to do it? That's quite hard. And that's when AIESEC has 2 secret ingredients for it. The first secret ingredient is that we place our confidence in youth people. We believe that if you focus on children, yes, you will have an impact, but that impact might get lost. And if you focus on old people or senior people, then yeah, it might be too late. The best moment to captivate humankind is when they're in their younger lives and they're able to shape their values, to shape what matters to them, and then shape the rest of their life towards something that gets us closer to this. And then youth, but what kind of youth? Leadership. We need leaders all over the world. Leadership is the fundamental solution for all of the problems in the world. And when we ask for you why you should partner with us as AIESEC and not partner with the Global Poverty Project, is because if you give $10 million to the Global Poverty Project, yes, you will solve the problem of poverty, but you will still have a lot of other problems. You will have the problems of education, you will have the problem of child mortality, you will have the problem of corruption, you will have the problem of, thank you, you will have the problem of whatever problem that you can imagine that you have in your society, in your company. I'm sure that the reason why your company has not reached the levels that I'm sure that you want to is because you need the right leaders in your company. And that's why leadership is the fundamental solution for all the problems in the world, and that's why our organization is special. If you partner with us, you're partnering with practically every single issue that can be in the world because you're tackling youth people that will become the leaders that the world needs. Amazing, but how is this done? And like, how do we develop leaders if everybody talks about leadership but nobody has a model of leadership? Guess what? AIESEC does. And AIESEC has been working for the past years in explaining what exactly are the qualities of the leaders that the world needs. And these qualities I divided in 4. Since a lot of you have been in IC, and I'm trying not to mix like the appointment with the delegates that we have here, what are these qualities that we have? Self-awareness.
Solution-oriented.
Solution-oriented. Empowering others. And global citizen. We believe that if a person is able to understand their own strengths and their own weaknesses, if you took it completely away from their comfort zone, they're going to realize what they're good at and what they're definitely not good at, what they like and what they don't like. And moreover, what are like the things that matter to them and the things that they value the most. And this can only happen when they get the level of self-awareness that enable them to truly fight what they really want to achieve in their life for. I don't know how to put it. Then, solution-oriented, amazing. You're super clear on what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses and what you want to do with your life, maybe, ideally. But then, getting to that point is not easy. You have to do a lot of stuff, because from wishing and dreaming, you will get nothing. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to have challenging experiences that puts you that puts you out of your comfort zone, and then allows you to explore, do, fail again, fail one more time until you succeed. Because that's the beauty of organization. Because we are young, we believe that yes, we are allowed to fail. But we are allowed to fail only because we are going to fail until you achieve. Whatever your goal is, you're going to achieve it. And that's the ultimate goal of being solution-oriented. And then, one of the key success of being solution-oriented is that you won't do it yourself. If you think that you're going to achieve all of your goals by yourself, locked in your room with your computer, you're wrong. Your company, your goals, your family, you need people around you to ensure that goals are being achieved. And the capacity to engage others and work in teams is crucial in these days in which technology is everything. And that's another skill that we develop in AIESEC. And all of these things are a triangle that has something in the center that is beautiful, that is called global citizen. In a world that is rapidly changing, we have to understand that cross-cultural differences, just like they were after World War II, they're still an issue. Understanding that different is just different and it's not bad is one of the things that are ruining the world. And that's why becoming a global citizen is the reason why we do what we do and what will get us closer to this peace that we all want. So with this, amazing, this is how we do it. And now, what exactly do we do in order to ensure that these qualities are being developed? It's very simple. It's called the AIESEC experience. And the AIESEC experience has 3 phases. The engagement with AIESEC part, that we have not yet developed super good. The part of experiential leadership development, that we have experienced a lot, and this is actually the thing that I came here to offer to you. And the part of lifelong connection, which is the natural phase in which once you have these 2 experiences, then you will ensure that you will be a change agent for the rest of your life. So, as I told you, in the part of engagement with AIESEC, it happens very, very different according to the entity that every member of AIESEC joins. It can happen virtually, it can happen physically, but there's not a standard process for it as yet. But then in the experiential leadership development, then we have volunteers at a local level, local volunteers, and then we have global exchange program. And then, with the Global Exchange Program, then we are trying to become the world's largest youth movement that will send every single person on exchange, and that will take them out of their comfort zone for them to develop these leadership qualities, and then ensure that they become global citizens, more self-aware, with the ability to engage people from all cultures, and with the ability to be solution-oriented. So, how do we do this? It's very simple. We have different types of exchanges. We have social exchanges, we have professional exchanges, and with these professional exchanges, I believe that it's something that your company can take advantage on. And I think that with the program of local volunteers, you also can take advantage on in case your company wants to improve your brand positioning in the local volunteers that we have in our own country. If you want to recruit people that are from here, and whatever you think that the company might be needing, you can put it all in here. Brand positioning, youth to business, whatever. A newsletter, everything is here. So, with that being said, we have the who. Okay, so this is why we do what we do, how we do it, and what exactly do we give to society. But all of this needs to be into a value-based circle that we created in the framework, that is the values of AIESEC, the AIESEC values, and who we are. That we are an independent organization, non-political, that do not discriminate on the basis of anything and anyone. And that's it. And then when you explain to the company what is the role into them, then you will say, yes, you will be hiring a young person. You will not hire a person with 5 years of experience. Yes, if yes, then you shouldn't be paying the amount of money that you're paying. Because you cannot expect that I'm giving you Bill Gates with the salary of a minimum wage in your country. So that's the first expectation that we must set. But what you should explain for sure is how this JD that you're going to offer to them is needed, it's developing these qualities, at least at some level. And if they cannot understand how their JD or their company or the company's culture is able to develop these qualities, that's when companies will understand why youth leadership is being developed through the AIESEC internship program. And that's it. So now, with that explanation, that's basically how we're trying to explain AIESEC at a more standardized way. And yes, I'm sure that you can come up with many other arguments, especially if you go to companies. Try to find out what is exactly what they're needing. Because like I told you, you can put anything that you want in this framework. You can put a youth to business, newsletter, brand positioning. I don't know, I think that Jaime just explained to you the global BD portfolio, but I can show to you when I was sensitive to BD, my portfolio had like 7 different products and stuff. So you will create one. Because at the end of former VPBD, the first advice to ensure that all of this is clear in the action level is the capacity to connect and identify opportunities. A company won't tell you, hey kiddo, that golden circle is amazing. You know what? I think that I can buy one of your newsletters to send to your membership. I'm going to give you this money because through that newsletter, I think that we can become more able to engage others. So where do I sign? No company will ever tell you this. You have to take the information out of every possible source that you have. If there is one word that they say, if there is one information that you got out of Google, but you have the ability to connect and identify the opportunity. The second part is get your hands dirty. I begin the presentation with this. I'm not a person that runs by titles. If I'm a PAI that needs to clean the plenary because it's dirty for the morning plenary, I will clean the plenary because I don't care who gave me the title of PAI. The delegates needs to have a decent plenary. The same thing applies to you. If you have to match yourself, the TN that you just sold, because the local committees are not doing it themselves, you will match that TN. And this, getting your hands dirty, in my opinion, is the key to solution-oriented. You cannot ask people to find solutions of problems that you don't know by yourself and that you haven't solved by yourself. So I believe that, yeah, forget about whatever title you have. If you want a problem to be solved, you have to be the first person with pen and paper doing it yourself. And the third one is the culture of achievement. Because I keep saying like here, like the magic of fail, 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 and maybe achieve. Because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a generation, a millennial things or whatever, we believe that just because we put a lot of effort, a lot of time, everything is there, success is guaranteed. And it's not. You can have the best intentions, you feel that you manage the relationship in the best way possible, and you have not failed at all. I like to believe that this is like the most simple way to explain AIESEC to a person that has never heard about AIESEC before. I have no idea. At the end of the day, all of this will make sense if somebody from the external world is able to say something that is remotely similar to this, if they heard for the first time. But then this has not been the work of, like, for example, us in the last month since we became AI. Like I told you, this is a model that has been working for the past 3 years or a little bit more. So yes, AIESEC needs to fail a lot. But never forget that you cannot get demotivated by the failures, but only like learning from them until you achieve. And achievement is the ultimate goal that you need to strive for. And yeah, so now, how much time do I have?
10 minutes.
Cool, so